Kodak Black just got locked up again, trafficking charges this time, and not just a little bit, enough that Florida's calling it distribution weight. His bond is 75 racks. The prosecutor literally told the judge to raise it because Kodak's a professional rapper.
The state would actually ask that you increase the bond as the defendant is a professional rapper.
But the arrest is only part of the story. Over the last 6 months, Kodak's been live streaming his own collapse. He went from promising sobriety in July
I could go in 2 days, not nothing on me,
to popping pills on Kai Cenat's stream in November.
What's that?
To declaring he's never sober 2 weeks later.
I ain't sober. What? I look sober.
That nigga's going for 2.
I know it's sober. For what? For what?
People tried to intervene. It didn't work, and now police found 25 grams of MDMA in a bag that matched his Instagram photos. This is how it all fell apart. The warning signs were always there, but July 2024 felt different. Kodak Black went on Instagram Live and made what seemed like a genuine commitment to getting clean. He didn't just say he was working on it or that he'd try to do better. He announced he was stopping performances of Super Gremlin, the 2022 hit that peaked at number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100 and became one of his signature songs.
I'm about to stop performing Super Gremlin, period. I hate that little.
The reason? One specific lyric haunted him. I knew the purse was fake, but I still ate it because I'm a gremlin. He told fans that line came to his mind too quickly when he wrote it, and that he regretted ever putting it on wax because he knew it would influence people. During a concert in late June 2024, he admitted to the crowd that when he was at his worst, he was consuming 100 Percocet pills a day. His average, he said, was 40. If those pills had been pressed fakes laced with fentanyl instead of real pharmaceutical oxycodone, he would have been dead.
Bro, at least 100 perks. But my average is 40 Percocet, bro.
On his July Instagram Live, Kodak explained that he used to be scared to be sober. He compared himself to Batman, saying he couldn't wait until Saturday to take something before. But now he could go 2 or 3 days without anything. He said he was proud of himself and wanted other people struggling with pills to see that if the gremlin could do it, they could do it too.
For the most part, bro, I be suing with brother. Let me tell you this. Like Batman, bro, I couldn't wait it till like Saturday. Shit like that. Like for nothing. Like now I could wait a few days.
The problem is that Kodak's version of mostly sober still included occasional use, and occasional turned into regular faster than anyone wanted to admit. By the time November rolled around, the facade was completely gone. On November 4th, 2024, Kodak Black appeared as a guest on Kai Cenat's Mafiathon 2, a 30-day, non-stop Twitch livestream that was pulling massive viewership numbers. Kodak showed up wearing a Haiti scarf, carrying a Stanley Cup, and speaking fluent Haitian Creole. For the first few minutes, everything seemed normal. He talked about playing FIFA, joked with Kai, and took a tour of the house. Then his behavior shifted. His eyes got wider. He started sweating heavily. He removed his shirt. He began rambling and struggling to complete sentences. When Kai asked him to freestyle, Kodak kicked off a verse about not wanting sex because he was waiting for the bus, a reference to an old viral video that made no sense in context. Kai looked visibly concerned.
You just want to for me? I said, no, I don't want it. I don't want sex. I don't want it. You just want for me? I said, no, I don't want it. I'm just waiting for the bus. I didn't want it.
The moment that broke the internet came when Kodak suddenly jumped up from his chair, held up a white pill to the camera, tossed it in the air, caught it in his mouth like a trick shot, and then collapsed to the floor. Kai Cenat's reaction was immediate.
What was that? That was a glitch for the Twitch.
Clips of the stream spread across every platform within hours. Fans weren't laughing, they were genuinely worried. Comments flooded in, calling for an intervention, asking where his real friends were, questioning why his team let him go on camera like that. One widely shared Twitter compilation showed every concerning moment back to back. The pill trick shot, the incoherent rambling, the profuse sweating, the inability to work his phone properly, the bizarre freestyle. Kodak's response to the backlash made things worse. Instead of acknowledging the concern or taking accountability, he went live on Instagram the next day and got defensive. He read comments from fans suggesting he needed help and dismissed them entirely.
Y'all be on all type of shit. Y'all be on shrooms, acid, all type of stupid ass. But I take you one perk and y'all be so buttered.
He doubled down by taking another pill on camera during that same live session while addressing the controversy. He told fans that if he needed help, he would know it, and he didn't need anyone telling him what to do. He claimed there was nothing worse in his behavior than what's regularly shown on TikTok or social media. Then he blocked users who kept pushing the issue.
You getting blocked. What you do? You ain't perfect.
Ain't nobody under this world. Ain't nobody under the sun perfect.
The Kai Cenat stream wasn't an isolated incident. It was the public confirmation of what people close to Kodak already knew. The sobriety journey had ended months earlier, and now he was using openly, defiantly, and without any intention of stopping. 2 weeks after the Kai Cenat disaster, Kodak Black eliminated any remaining doubt about where he stood with sobriety. On November 17, 2024, he went on Instagram Live while attending a football game. Someone in the comments typed, "I love when Kodak's sober." What happened next removed all ambiguity. Kodak read the comment out loud, then responded directly to the camera.
Like, I love when Kodak's sober. I ain't sober. What? I look sober.
That nigga's going for 2.
I know it's sober. For what? For what? Look at all this money. Look at all this cash.
He then handed his phone to someone standing nearby, hopped over a fence, and walked toward a car in the parking lot. The clip went viral immediately. The "too young to die sober" line hit differently than his previous dismissals of concern. This wasn't him being defensive about occasional use or claiming he had things under control. This was a direct rejection of sobriety as a goal. He was 27 years old, had millions in the bank, and saw no reason to stop. The money justified the lifestyle. The success justified the drugs. In his mind, staying sober was the irrational choice. The declaration sent shockwaves through the industry. Lil J came to his defense, telling people to stop treating Kodak like a weirdo and claiming that's just how rappers act in their society. But most responses skewed toward genuine alarm. YouTuber Luista posted a video titled "Kodak Black Needs Help" that racked up over 230,000 views in 20 hours. Fans who had supported him through previous legal troubles and relapses were now calling for emergency intervention. Someone who took that call seriously was Wallow, co-host of the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast. Wallow had served 20 years in prison before turning his life around, and he'd built a reputation for giving unfiltered, heartfelt advice to younger artists. On November 15, 2024, he and his co-host Gilly Da King flew down to Pompano Beach to visit Kodak at his home turf in Golden Acres. The resulting episode wasn't a typical podcast interview. It was an intervention disguised as a conversation. In one clip that circulated widely, Wallow is sitting on a curb next to Kodak, holding his hand, looking him directly in the eyes, and saying words like a real father to a son would.
Look at me, man. Listen, you special. Don't ever doubt yourself, and you got them babies counting on you. Now, there's gonna be times where you're gonna doubt yourself, you're gonna be in pain, but them babies counting on you. You gotta be here.
Wallow continued, emphasizing that a lot of people around Kodak were yes men, who enabled his behavior because they benefited from his success.
And I'm telling you that because a lot of people get around you and they see your success and they say, oh man, a lot of people need you, and they yes man you. I ain't here to yes man you. You know me, every time we connect, you know I got love for you. Not because I need you, I got love for you because you're a young cat and I was young, Gil was young. Live.
He then went to talk about Kodak's 4 children and that he needs to keep living for his babies.
Queen, Prince, King, Isabella. Prince, King, Queen, Isabella. Prince, King, Queen, Isabella. They counting on you. Don't play them babies. Don't sell them babies out. Live for them babies.
It was one of the most emotional moments captured on the podcast. Kodak listened quietly, nodding along. In the moment, it seemed like the message might have landed.
You hear me? Yeah. I love you, man. You hear me? I love you, man.
But the trajectory didn't change. Within days, Kodak was back online, back on pills, and showing no signs of altering course. The intervention, as sincere and well-intentioned as it was, didn't stick. What made the entire situation more tragic was the timeline. Kodak had already been through this cycle before. In 2022, he was arrested for trafficking oxycodone and possession of a controlled substance. He was released on bond with mandatory drug testing as a condition. In February 2023, he missed a drug test. When he finally took one, several days later, he tested positive for fentanyl. A judge ordered him into a 30-day drug rehab program. The rehab didn't work. In December 2023, police in Plantation, Florida, found Kodak asleep at the wheel of his car with white powder around his mouth. Initial tests suggested cocaine, which would have been a major probation violation. Lab results later confirmed it was oxycodone, for which he had a prescription, but the arrest still landed him in Miami-Dade County Jail for 2 months on probation violations from an unrelated case. Kodak himself admitted during an Instagram Live in December 2023 that he had spent $350,000 on rehab trying to get clean. He acknowledged abusing Percocet even though it had been legitimately prescribed after he was shot in the leg in 2022. He told fans he had children and needed to be there for them. He said he was working on himself.
I tell God himself I do perks. You know what I'm saying?
like that. But them was my medicine prescribed to me. I will honestly say that I had started abusing too, and I'm working on myself. I'm working right now. I paid $350,000 and shit to get clean and get better.
But working on himself apparently meant cycling through the same pattern. Get arrested, go to rehab, get released, relapse, repeat. The cycle finally caught up to him on May 7, 2026, when Kodak Black was arrested in Orange County, Florida, and booked on a felony charge of trafficking MDMA. The arrest marked his 13th felony charge and represented the most serious drug case he'd faced since his federal weapons conviction that then-President Donald Trump commuted in 2021. The charge stems from an incident that happened 6 months earlier on November 24, 2025. Orlando police responded to calls about gunshots near the Children's Safety Village on Fairville Road. When officers arrived, they found several people hanging around 2 luxury SUVs, a BMW and a Lamborghini. Kodak Black was among them, watching as police conducted their investigation. According to the arrest warrant affidavit, officers immediately smelled burnt cannabis coming from the BMW. That gave them probable cause to search the vehicle. Inside, they found cannabis and a pink pill that tested positive for MDMA. But the real problem was what they discovered in the trunk: a pink bag containing 56 grams of sealed cannabis packages, a metal container with another pink pill, and a plastic bag with approximately 25 grams of MDMA. The bag also held $37,000 in cash and multiple documents with Kodak Black's legal name, Bill Capri, on them.
The 28-year-old turned himself into the Orange County Jail on Wednesday after Orlando police put out a warrant for a drug trafficking charge.
What sealed the connection between Kodak and the bag was social media. Orlando police investigators pulled up Kodak's Instagram account and found photos he'd posted showing that exact pink bag. The images also showed a distinctive lighter and a pair of scissors that matched items found inside the bag. Police essentially used Kodak's own Instagram posts as evidence against him. When officers asked everyone at the scene about the bag, all of them denied ownership, including Kodak. But when police informed him there was money inside, his story changed immediately. He tried multiple times to get officers to hand over the cash, claiming it belonged to his business. He wanted the $37,000, but wouldn't claim the bag or anything else inside it. Police noted the contradiction in their report. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement took the suspected MDMA for testing. On April 17, 2026, the lab results came back confirming it was MDMA and that the amount qualified as a trafficking quantity under Florida law. An arrest warrant was issued. Kodak flew in from California to turn himself in on May 7. His first court appearance the next day revealed just how serious prosecutors were taking the case. The assistant state attorney argued for a high bond, specifically citing Kodak's occupation.
The state would actually ask that you increase the bond as the defendant is a professional rapper.
Kodak's defense attorney pushed back with visible frustration, even laughing at the argument.
He is a proud Haitian American, but he is an American. He has a U.S. passport. He doesn't have any plans on leaving the country. We've faced cases that are 10 times this case, and I've won, by the way. But we'll put that in another bucket. But the fact that he's a rapper doesn't give you a legal purpose to raise the bond. So I would still ask for a $10,000 bond, Judge.
The judge sided partially with prosecutors, but clarified his reasoning. I am going to increase the bond, not for the fact that you're a rapper. I think that has no binding. But the other factors that the court considered is your prior criminal history, including 12 prior felony convictions. He set bond at $75,000, significantly higher than what the defense requested.
I am going to slightly increase the bond, I think, based upon your, not the fact that you're a rapper, I think that has no binding, but the other factors that the court considered is your prior criminal history, including 12 prior felony convictions, 2 misdemeanor convictions, 1 failure to appear. That was quite some time ago, so I'm not giving a ton of weight to the failure to appear, but I think an appropriate bond in this case would be $75,000, so that's going to be what the court sets the bond at.
Kodak posted bond and was released on May 9th, but the conditions are strict. He's barred from possessing illegal drugs, cannot contact any of his associates from the incident, is forbidden from returning to the crime scene, and cannot carry a firearm. He entered a written plea of not guilty and requested a jury trial. He also waived appearing in person at his future arraignment hearing. His attorney suggested in court that the case is flimsy, arguing that Instagram photos don't prove ownership and that there are discrepancies in the investigation. But prosecutors have physical evidence, social media documentation, witness statements about Kodak trying to claim the money, and lab-confirmed MDMA in a trafficking amount. Under Florida law, trafficking between 10 and 200 grams of MDMA carries a mandatory minimum sentence of 3 years and up to 15 years in prison. This isn't a possession charge that might get pleaded down to probation. Trafficking charges in Florida are treated as serious felonies with mandatory minimum sentences that judges can't reduce even if they want to. And Kodak's criminal history works heavily against him. His 12 prior felony convictions include the 2018 federal weapons case that got him a 3-year sentence before Trump commuted it. He's been arrested for gun possession, drug possession, probation violations, and now trafficking. Prosecutors will use that pattern to argue he's a repeat offender who hasn't learned from previous chances. The timing makes it worse. This arrest happened just a year after his public meltdown on Kai Cenat's stream and his never sober declaration. It proves that while fans and industry figures were worried about his drug use, Kodak was allegedly involved in activity that goes far beyond personal consumption. Possession of 25 grams of MDMA isn't personal use. That's distribution level weight. The case also complicates any future argument about addiction or needing help. It's one thing to say someone is struggling with pills and needs treatment. It's another when that person is facing trafficking charges with tens of thousands in cash attached. The narrative shifts from troubled artist battling addiction to repeat offender involved in drug distribution. Kodak Black has sold more than 30 million singles. Super Gremlin alone was a massive hit that defined a moment in his career. He's performed at major venues and had Trump personally commute his sentence. And now he's 28 years old, facing a trafficking charge that could send him to prison for years, all while his public statements from the last couple of years are preserved on video, showing him proudly declaring he's never sober. The pattern with Kodak Black has always been obvious. Promise change, relapse publicly, face consequences, repeat. But this time feels different because the stakes are higher, and the evidence is documented in real time. His fans watched him declare sobriety in July, spiral on camera in November, and get arrested on trafficking charges in May. Every step was broadcast, screenshotted, and archived. What this situation reveals isn't just about one rapper's addiction. It's about what happens when someone refuses every intervention, dismisses every warning, and believes success justifies self-destruction. Kodak Black's 4 kids are watching this play out. His 12 prior felonies are on record, and now he's facing a trafficking charge that could take years of their father's life. Drop a comment and let me know what you think about Kodak's situation and whether you think this arrest will finally be the wake-up call he needs. And if you found this breakdown valuable, subscribe for more deep dives into hip-hop's biggest stories. See you in the next one.